What's going on, guys? It's your boy HVAC 1K. Another day, another dollar, making all of these HVAC units holler, plus the ones back there, plus the ones over there. But this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a de minimis release on a unit and how to prevent refrigerant burn, because de minimis releases actually do prevent refrigerant burn, and they're actually good for the environment because you're pulling whatever refrigerant is inside of your gauges back into the unit without letting it back into the atmosphere. And you're still going to let some into the atmosphere, but that's where the de minimis parts comes from, and it's a very, very minimal amount of refrigerant being let out compared to what you would be doing if you didn't know how to do a de minimis. So I'm here to explain you guys how. It's very easy. Just pay attention. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have my high side service port hooked up, or I have my high side hose hooked up to my high side service port, as well as my low side hose hooked up to my low side service port. High side liquid line, low side suction line. So first step to doing the de minimis, I go ahead and shut off my leak loss valve right here. That way no refrigerant will be let out once I disconnect from the unit. You want to do a fast twist off so that you're not letting any refrigerant burn you. Now I got a good 2.5 ounces of refrigerant inside of this line. And what I do, I normally just set that line down, and then you're just going to crack your high side and your low side port on your manifold. That way the suction from the low side will pull all of the refrigerant from this hose through and into the unit. Okay, so you'll see here, as well as my pressures are going to change a little bit once I crack my sides open. That sight glass right there has some bubbling going on. My bubbling just died down, so that I know that most of my refrigerant is gone out of my hose, so I'm good to shut it back down. And this is the Grandmaster test to make sure that I pulled a good bit of refrigerant out of this hose. Once I open this back up, I should get very little blowback, and that's the de minimis release right there. And like I said, you're still going to release some into the atmosphere only because the gauges in the unit will not be able to pull all of it out, but it pulls most of it out, because had I not done the de minimis release, my hose would have been spraying for a good 3 to 4 seconds full of refrigerant, and that's not a good thing for the environment. So making sure that we're doing things the correct way is very important for your safety, for the safety of the environment, and to protect yourself license wise. You don't want to risk your EPA or any type of license that you have, all because you're not taking the correct steps to do things. So that's a little video on how to do a de minimis release. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to drop a comment, shoot me a message, Instagram, all of that stuff, and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. Let's go.